dear student friends. So in this lecture we are going to see the example in which two voltage sources are present in two different loops and how to apply the mesh analysis for those examples. Okay, so let us draw the circuit diagram. So in this example, you will see only one voltage source was present in loop number 1, but in this example we are going to have two voltage sources in both the loops. Okay? Fine. Now let us take the current directions. So definitely we know that the current is always flowing from the positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery. So let us mark this current direction as a clockwise direction, and in this loop also the voltage source is present, and because of that voltage source the current is definitely going to flow through this loop, and because of that we have to take the current direction. The current is always going to flow from the positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery. So let us mark this I2 current in an anti-clockwise direction. Is that fine? Okay, so let us mark this as loop number 1. This is as loop number 2. Okay. Now as we studied how to apply mesh analysis in that, so let us apply KVL to the loop number 1. Okay. So applying KVL to loop number 1. Okay, so let us apply KVL to the loop number 1. How to apply it? 10 volt, okay, is equals to 20 into I1 plus. Now I hope you still remember that from this 30 ohm resistor, two currents are going to flow, that is I1 and I2. Isn't it? Now both the currents are in the same direction, so ultimately we need to take their addition. Okay, so 30 into I1 plus I2. Okay. Now modify this equation, rearrange the terms and plug the terms. So 20 I1 plus 30 I1. So let us multiply that by 30 into this bracket. So 20 I1 plus 30 I1 plus 30 I2. Okay. So after addition of these I1 terms, your equation is going to have 50 I1 plus 30 I2. So this is your first equation. This is the equation first. Now similarly, let us apply KVL to loop number 2. Okay, applying KVL to loop number 7. In this loop as well, the voltage source, that is 20 volt, is present. So let us apply KVL. So 20 is equals to 40 I2, isn't it? Plus 30 into I1 plus I2. Currents are in same direction, so that we need to take its addition. So 40 I2 plus 30 into I1 plus I2. So as the currents are in same direction, so no need to worry about which current is larger, which current is smaller. So because of that addition, we can take the addition as it is. Okay, fine. So again multiply by that 30 inside the bracket, expand this equation, and then you just rearrange the equation. Okay, so 30 I1 we are going to take it over here, plus what about 40 plus 30? It is coming as a 70 I2. So you have got this as equation number 2. Okay, now we are going to solve these two simultaneous equations in order to get value of I1 and I2. So as I said that if I want to make the current I1 values same values, then simply you just multiply by this factor to the equation number 1 and multiply by this factor to equation number 2. So let us do the same. Okay, so simply multiplying by 30 to equation number 1. Okay, so let us multiply by 30 to equation number 1. 10 into 30, how much it will be? It will be 300 is equals to 15 to 30, 1500 plus 30 into 30, 900 I2. Okay, so this is, let us say this is equation number 3. Okay, after multiplying 30 to equation number 1. Okay, similarly multiplying by 50 to equation number 2. Is that fine? So let us multiply by 50 to this equation. So 20 into 50, it is coming as 1000. Yes, 30 into 50, again coming as 1500. 70 into 50, 3500. So this is equation number 4. Is that fine? So now these two equations have I1 term values same. Okay, so whenever we are going to subtract these three equations, definitely we'll be getting value of I2. Okay, so from that only one unknown term will be there after cancelling this I1 term, and then we can easily find out that unknown term. So let us find it out. So subtracting equation 3 from 4. We get. Okay, so let us write equation number 4 over here. 1000 is equals to 1500 plus 3500. Okay, so this is your equation number 4, and from that we are going to subtract equation number 3. Okay, fine. So let us do the subtraction. So 100 minus 300, it is coming as 700, isn't it? Is equals to, so as this 1500 minus 1500, it is going to become 0 I1 plus, okay, now from 3500, 900 we are going to cancel it out. So it is going to become, remaining the value is nothing but 2600 I2, isn't it? Now we are going to find out I2 from this. Now take this 2600 to the left hand side. It will be divided to the 700. Yes, is it? Okay, so let us cancel out these two zeros. Okay, and then we will calculate 7 divided by 26 will come as, so I2 is coming as 0.2692 ampere, and let us convert it in terms of milliampere. So it will be shifted 3 times. Okay, so you can use, or simply if you are going to press ENG, you will be getting a shifting of that value. Okay, so you are going to get 269.2 milliamperes. Okay, so 10 raised to 3 minus 3 is nothing but milli value. Okay, so this is the value of I2. Right now we have got. Now we are going to put this value of I2 in any of the equation. Let us say equation number 1, 2, 3 or 4. By putting any value of I2 in any of these equations, we will be definitely getting the value, that is unknown value is nothing but I1. Okay, so now let us put the value of I2 in this equation, let us say equation number 4, and then we will be calculating value of I1. Substituting value of I2 in equation number 4. Okay, so let us write equation number 4 over here. 1000 is equals to 1500 I1 plus 3500 I2. Okay, now we are going to put the value of I2 as 0.2692. Okay, so this value we are going to insert it in this equation at the place of I2. Okay, so 1000 is equals to 1500 I1 plus 3500. Now put the value of I2. Okay, so 0.2692. Is that fine? Okay, so let us multiply by that 0.2692 to like 3500. So it is coming as 942.30. 942.30. Okay. So as these two values are constant values without having any kind of multiplier, likewise I1 or unknown term, so we can take this term to the left hand side. Okay, so whenever we are going to take this term to the left hand side, it will be subtracted from this equation. So 1000 minus 942.30 is equals to 1500. Okay, so let us subtract this value from 1000. 1000 minus 942.3. So it is coming as 57.7 is equals to 1500 I1. Is that fine? So now let us take this 1500 to the left hand side. So it will be divided to this term. Is that fine? So let us write it over here. So value of I1 will be coming as, so it is coming as 0.0384 is the value of I1 current, and let us convert it in terms of milliampere. So whenever we are going to convert it in terms of milliampere, it is going to become 38.4 milliamperes. Is that fine? So this is the value of I1 that we are going to get after putting the value of I2 in equation number 4. Is that fine?